We've been talking about the amount of rain we're going to see this weekend, and it's going to be inches of rain, right?
Yeah, we are. We're going to get soaked. Thankfully for us here in the Willamette Valley, it's going to be a wet weekend, but we'll be kind of shadowed from the mountains. So the mountains and the coastal areas are really going to pick up a ton of rain, and here's why. Whenever we start to deal with these atmospheric rivers or Pineapple Express, whichever one you prefer to call it, basically Pineapple Express comes from the fact that the moisture is coming from an area near Hawaii. Well, you get this really deep moisture. You have storm systems tracking into that deep moisture, and so that just brings the potential for that heavy rain, and you can see that moisture stretching on out back to the west, so all of it's starting to head our way. So things are quiet right now. They've been quiet all day long. As we go through the overnight hours, we'll start to see that steady rain build in, and then it just lingers through Saturday and through Sunday as well. And of course, with all that rain coming down, we'll have to watch for the potential for flooding. So we have those flood watches in effect, but they don't start until Saturday afternoon. So things are fairly quiet out there right now. Just a few light showers down towards Salem. Those will continue to head north. So over the next hour or so, we'll start to see some of that activity. Just light rain at this point, move toward the Portland area. But right now we're dry and temperatures are fairly mild. 50 degrees right now. Winds coming in from the east at 8. So a lighter easterly wind, and it's been veering between east and southeasterly, so that's helped us warm things up. It was a little chillier yesterday in the mid-40s. Today, though, we're in the 50s, and we'll just fall through the upper and mid-40s as we head through the next few hours. Mainly cloudy right now, and then watching for some light rain to start to build in, especially as we start to approach 9 o'clock, 10 and 11 o'clock tonight, and then it just lingers through the rest of the weekend. Atmospheric river, so I was just talking about this really deep moisture, all aimed right at us. Take a look at the forecast model. It's bringing it right on in to the Oregon coast, on up towards Washington and into northern portions of California too. But the storm system is going to interact with it, and it's going to bring out that rain. So our rain forecast as we head through the weekend, the totals by Sunday afternoon, 1 to 3 inches in some spots for the valley. Then you get to the coast, this is all coming in from the west, so there's no barrier there. Anywhere from 4 to 7 inches for the coast, and then coast range and the Cascades, you go up in elevation and you're just able to wring out even more of that rain, and we're talking rain, not snow, because of the warmer air associated with this system. So anywhere from 6 inches to some isolated higher peaks, trying to pick up around 12 inches of rain by Sunday afternoon. So it is going to be a soaker of a weekend with the highest rain totals again for coastal areas, and then of course for the mountains. Rain shadow will limit how much rain we see here in the valley, and even east facing slopes won't see as much either. And then the low snowpack is actually going to do us a big favor because we have all this moisture moving on in. Thankfully, we don't have all the snow that we typically have this time of the year on top of the mountains for that to wash on down. That's when you really start to run into big problems with the rivers and the streams. But even though we don't have the big snowpack, because of all the heavy rain that's moving on in, we are going to start to see the rivers rise. And so we'll go from, at now, Sandy River will be one of the rivers we're watching for this weekend, near 10 feet, and it's projected to go up to almost 21 feet by Sunday. This is courtesy of the National Weather Service here, and that starts to approach major flood level, putting in at least minor flood level. So keeping a close eye on that river, the Clackamas River near Oregon City too, 25 feet to 45 feet. So again, keeping it right there on that line of major flood stage. And then of course on Sunday and Monday, those will be the 2 days we'll have to watch out for it. The Clackamas River near Estacada, watching for that too, at 12 feet now, and then going up to around 23 feet. As we go through Sunday afternoon into Monday, and that keeps it in the minor flood stage level there too. And then the Nehalem River, you know, out towards Tillamook, we always get this flooding whenever we get these heavy rains. We have to keep a close eye on that, as that potential for flooding will continue to go up over the weekend. Your rain and cloud forecast for the rest of this evening, pretty spotty for now, and then we start to see that light steady rain move in. Heaviest will stay along the coastal, along the Cascades and the Coast Range. Still getting some snow through tomorrow morning, changes to all rain by early tomorrow afternoon, and then it will continue as we go through your Sunday. For the coastal areas, watching out for high seas too, seas 20-25 feet, and we'll have the rain that will be heavy at times as well. I-5 in the 50s, and then central and eastern Oregon. Central Oregon will get pretty wet too. Bend and over near Sisters especially, getting a lot of heavy rain. Cascades, the snow level up to 7,000 and 8,000 feet, so that is definitely too warm for any snow there. And then as we go towards Monday, we dry things out. We may have a few scattered showers, but it'll definitely be an improvement, and the cold arrives just in time for Christmas.
You know, and folks say, you know, what kind of flooding are we going to get? And you always say this is the kind of flooding where you're going to see Tillamook with those 5 rivers coming together, and 101 we'll probably see some flooding there.